Hey, Juanca, don't go away. How are you? Good to see you, brother. What's up?
Everything is okay. How about you?
Good, man. Have you been working out a lot? You look different.
Really?
Yeah, I think you're fitter, right? You've been working hard, right?
Yeah.
Good, man. That's a good thing.
My idea is becoming harder.
Harden up. Gonna be like a rock. Okay.
Exactly. And I knew something. But
What's it?
when I start with my own self learning English, at the same time, so in these days,
Started working out.
I started working out, right? So
Right.
my idea is get improved in my English and try to feel better with my body, with my physical condition, and also while I try to feel better and the same way study English every day, because my day while I don't have work in my job or shows or showing reports, you name it. My life is really turn around in English environment, because for example, I listen my devotional in English. I listen. I enjoy listening podcasts every day, or the same way YouTube videos in English. So my idea was feeling better in my physical condition at the same time with the English. So if I feel good, or my learning, or I try to look to find similar situation in both disciplines. So if in this moment I feel good in a physical condition, because my English is good. But
Good.
at the same way,
It's interesting.
At the same way, if I need to get improved English, because my English is logically I am learning. I am a novel in humanities in English. So it's the same way I need to get improved in my physical condition.
It's a very interesting strategy, Juanca. Very interesting.
Yeah.
I like it.
I need to be quiet with both disciplines, or
It's like you made your progress visible.
Exactly.
In English, even. I mean, you know that your English is improving because you're looking better, because now you fit into those pants that you didn't put on for a long time.
Exactly. And if any of them, I feel sometimes that I need to get improved, is because the other discipline or the other thing need to improve also.
Right. That's amazing. Good strategy, man. And I think that the best feeling is when you're getting old and you feel like you're becoming better than before.
Yeah.
I mean, like sometimes you work so hard, if you do, that you can swear you are stronger than when you were a kid.
Sure.
You know, it's interesting.
And in my body in this moment,
you're in top condition now.
It's top condition, and also if you can be meet can be meeting, or can meet me to me 5 years before,
unrecognizable.
No, exactly. Fat. I am fat. I was fat. Okay.
Good. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
All right, guys, here's Julie. Hi, Julie, I love your earrings. Those are fantastic hoops that you're wearing tonight. Beautiful. Accentuate your beautiful face.
Oh my God.
And Pau Duque. Hi, Pau. How are
Hi,
you tonight?
teacher. Hi, everyone.
Where are you
Good.
tonight? Are you home?
Yes, I am at home.
You're at home with your kid? With
Yes,
your kids?
Merlin.
Your
Yes.
kids, Johan and Merlin.
Yes, both.
All right. And here's Nan. Hi, Nan. Looking good, Nan. Looking good,
Hello.
Nan. How are you?
Hi, teacher. Thank you.
Good to see
Hi,
you, girl.
everyone. I'm
Hello.
here.
Hi.
I'm preparing the dinner.
All right. What are you making tonight?
Sweet potato.
Okay.
Sweet
Is it
potato.
mashed or sweet potato fries?
No, it's only. I don't know how do you say that. It's like
Baked?
a candy. It's a kind type of candy.
No
Well,
kidding.
candy Mexican. I don't know.
Mexican
It's
candy,
only
sweet
with
potato.
cinnamon. Yeah,
With potato.
Yeah.
Interesting.
yeah.
Maybe you
It's-
should send us a picture when you have them ready.
Oh my gosh. It's empty. Ya se acabó.
All right. Ya se acabó.
Sorry.
No dio un brinco, no dio un brinco, no duró nada.
No.
All right.
But the next time.
And next time. That's right. And here's also Dianita Espinosa. Hi, Dianita.
Good night. Ah, no, good evening.
Ah, eso sí, ya. Ah, yo sí iba a decir ya, ¿eh?
Goodbye.
¿Y hasta
Goodbye.
dónde salió? Es que
Me
good
voy a
night, ya
dormir,
despidiendo a todo el
sí.
mundo.
Good night, so goodbye.
Exactly.
What's up?
Everything good. And here's Eddie too, el archierofante. Eddie over here. So now we're complete, right? Listo, vamos a leer, muchachos. Reading. Hoy no nos acompañan los gringos porque la gringa está en Cartagena
Yeah. Yes,
y el gringo hoy
mira,
Gloria lo puso a marchar. Sí, quién sabe que lo pusieron a hacer. Él me dijo, no, I'm tasked. Tomorrow, yes, today. Whatever. All right, so let me share my screen. 1 second.
Today I was spoken with. I was talking. No, I was speaking with Liana, and she told me that Cartagena was a big rain every day.
Yeah.
So she was going to Peru. She lost the plan
bus?
for the plan because
Yeah, it's
the weather don't help her.
rainy beach. Rainy beach is the worst
Yeah.
plan ever. She got unlucky because it was great weather here until 2 weeks ago. And now, for example, today in Medellín, this is like, it didn't stop raining. It rained and 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 it rained.
And she only
Yes.
had today
Here is similar.
for making this plan because she will go to Medellín tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, right? But the funny thing is that this is the good time of the year to visit Medellín. And I don't know, it's raining. I'm sorry. Sorry for her. Okay, we'll see how the weather will look here the next couple of days for Liana. Hopefully she'll have fun.
You need to get a big sun for making your garden.
We need to buy some sun for Liana. Because Liana bien blanca y se va a ir más blanca todavía. Wednesday, muchachos, llegamos a Wednesday. So it says this, it's been 2 days and still no word on my balloon. I'm starting to get a little worried. because the contest ends Monday. And if nobody gets their balloon back, I'm sure Vice Principal Roy is going to keep the candy for himself. Okay, what's new here? What do you want to talk about? What's up? Anything? Pay attention to something curious. I'll point something out that catches my eye right now. I'm sure, hang on, there. I'm sure we normally, I mean, like we also see sometimes, I'm sure that, but that particle that attaches one phrase to another on many occasions can be erased. And in fact, is erased in colloquial speech. Because as you know, you try to make everything more condensed and shorter. So it's more common to hear people say, I'm sure Vice Principal Roy, instead of, I'm sure that Vice Principal Roy is what I'm saying. Everybody knows this, right? Keep something for yourself.
Yep.
Keep something for yourself means
Himself.
quedárselo.
Yeah.
Right? Lo que pasa es que en español decimos quedárselo y está todo incluido. In English, you have to use the himself, myself, yourself, him, herself, etc. Okay? We have
Teacher?
reflexive verbs in Spanish, not in English. In English, they're made reflexive by attaching the reflexive object pronoun after the verb.
Teacher,
Edith.
and still no word?
Was that?
Still no word?
Oh, that's a
Like,
good one. Yes, that's a good one. See, and still no word on something. No se ha sabido nada. To this day, we know nothing about the balloons. Still no word. Yeah.
We, in my case, I recognize this this explanation by this explanation for the context. But
Through the context, yeah.
for the context, because the literal translate is different in Spanish.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
No word on. And still no word on. And it is also something that you used to complain. Still no word.
Are there another common way to say that? Because
We haven't heard. We haven't heard from, or we haven't heard anything about the balloons yet. We haven't heard.
Haven't
No hemos
heard.
sabido.
Exactly.
Because in that case, we haven't heard is not like no hemos escuchado, sino no hemos sabido. We haven't heard. Have you heard from Elizabeth? ¿Han sabido algo de Elizabeth? Han sabido, no es han escuchado de Elizabeth, no, han sabido. Have you heard from Liz? She's here. Hi, Liz. All right, so.
In this case, saber is different to know. In this case,
Yeah. And it's colloquial.
Because
Hear or heard is colloquial for know.
Okay.
Eddie, can you read that first paragraph for us?
Okay. Wednesday. It's been 2 days and still no word on my balloon. I'm starting to get a little worried because the contest ends Monday. And if nobody gets their balloon back, I'm sure Vice Principal Roy is gonna keep the candy for himself.
Vice Principal, 2 words, Vice Principal. And this word is read without the D and without the E. So Wednesday. One of those toxic words that has too many letters that are not pronounced. Wednesday. And in the south of the States, some people say Wednesday. Wednesday is good. Especially in the south and center. Places like Louisiana, Mississippi, places in Texas to Alabama. And then here says, lately I've been having trouble staying focused at school. But luckily my homework hasn't been that hard. Our reading assignment was to write a biography on a famous author. So I chose this pine ticklers guy. What catches your eye? I like this. I like that, having trouble, because it's something that we from Spanish wouldn't anticipate. Como teniendo problemas, ¿no? Como que me ha dado muy duro. Ha sido muy duro para mí, having trouble. Then ing. I'm having trouble doing this homework.
Sido duro,
Ha sido duro, ha estado muy duro.
estado pesado.
I also like the word lately.
Lately.
Recently, the same thing. Normally used with the conjugation here.
Currently. Oh, currently is different.
Yeah, currently is right now. It's more,
Yes.
it's a different conjugation. Currently I am, and lately I've been.
Yes.
Do you remember me, spy ticklers?
Oh, those are the books that this guy reads,
these
which is
are
Goosebumps, but
comics?
you know, spine ticklers.
Okay.
And tickle
This kind
is to do this on the spine, so it's like cosquillas de la columna vertebral, right? Spine ticklers.
Okay.
Como que te va subiendo un friecito, right? So that's the spine ticklers, como goosebumps. Pay attention to the word assignment. By the way, the G doesn't sound, right? Assignment. Every time you see G and N, don't sound out the G. The G doesn't sound, okay? It's impossible to sound it, like assignment. It's terrible. Assignment. Assignment means homework. What's the difference between assignment and homework? Homework is a general term, more like an abstraction. Do you have homework? Yeah, I have some homework. It's an abstraction. It's not something tangible. But assignment is tangible and it's countable. Do you have a lot of homework? Yeah, I have 3 assignments. You don't say 3 homeworks.
Okay.
Teacher, you see, I can say I do my homework or I do my assignment. It's different.
Either. You can say I do my assignments on time or I always do my homework on time. Yeah. Only thing is that you say homework and assignments if you're talking general. Every time you use something countable in the general term, you use plural. I like dogs. You don't say I like dog, right? Like the dog. No. If you're talking in general, dogs, general assignments, or homework, which is uncountable.
But it's uncountable.
Pay attention the word on instead of the word about. Write a biography about a famous author or on. It's also common to use on instead of about. What is your vignette about, by the way? I didn't publish it. The new vignette is crazy. The new vignette, I'm going to publish it as soon as we get off here because I have it ready. The new vignette is on your dream vacation. Your dream vacation. You're going to imagine your dream vacation and you're going to give us a description, you know, like part by part of your vacation. And that is a very interesting exercise because you know what? Sometimes we have a dream vacation that is not really a dream vacation. It's more like a dream thing. It's like, what is it? I want to go to the beach, but you're not defining it. And the moment that you start to define something, miraculously, it happens and you're like, what the hell? You know, it's like you start to feed more information into your brain and things start to happen. You know, it's not to believe in magic or incredible supernatural things, but I think that sometimes just fixing your mind to something specific allows you to get there. But if you're like, oh, I want to go to the beach. It's a concept. It's different when you say, oh, I want to go to Playa Blanca or Playa Azul, and I want to rent this condo. Now we're talking about a plan. And maybe with that knowledge, you start to work to get it, and you start to find opportunities. But if you say, I want a car, I want to go to the beach, you want nothing, let me tell you, you want nothing. So this is going to be a very interesting idea. I made it as a vignette where you're going to talk about your dream vacation 2024. Why not? Let's make it closer. 2024, you're going to have your dream vacation. Where are you going to go?
Trying to
Yeah.
to give a time, an end time, and
Yeah.
a line time.
True. Yes, it's also important to fix the date and everything. So do your research. Don't be just like, oh, I'm going to go to the beach. No, you have to research. If you want to go to Santorini, then you have to get on Google or ChatGPT or whatever. You know that you can connect ChatGPT to Bing, which is the browser by Microsoft, obviously, the whole bundle, and it can show you things, really. So no more Google for me. No more Chrome.
I remember.
Anita was in her
Anita se salió a buscar en Bing.
Anita was in her dream vacation a couple days ago.
Oh, well,
in London.
No matter. No matter. There will be more.
I
Yes,
remember.
I want more.
I remember the last course. We have a similar,
Exercise.
but five places. I don't remember, like 5 places. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or several places. It's not, and it's different. And I remember that in my case, I tried to set the explanation why I decided to choose this place. In this case, it's the same way.
No, in this case, you're going
More
to
details.
plan, really. I will, and it's like it's going to happen. And you need to do the research. So you're not just going to stay by the beach. You're going to find a place on Google or Bing or whatever where you're going to stay. I'm going to stay at this hotel. That's it. It's like you're going to make this request of the universe. Okay? You're going to plan your dream vacation for next year. That's it. And if it happens, it happens. Like my daughter says. Yeah. So there you go. It's our next assignment is going to be on or writing on or a composition on your dream vacation where you're going to specify where you chose to go, where you choose to go. All right. Sorry. Liz, time to read. Second paragraph.
Lately, I've been having trouble staying focused at school, but luckily my homework hasn't been that hard. Our reading assignment was to write a biography on a famous author. So I choose the Spectacles Guide.
Okay, I want to hear 2 words again. 2 words again. 1 second. I want to hear this word again and this word again.
Okay.
You can pronounce the word author. Author?
Author.
All. Every time you see
author.
AU is all. Author. Author.
Author.
Author.
Okay, right.
So it finishes with a schwa, right? Author. Author. Okay.
Author.
Liz, read the first one, please.
Focused.
Yeah, what you're doing is you're rounding and you're closing the second syllable where it should be a schwa. So you say focused. So you round your lips and the first syllable. Right here is where you round your lips, and then completely relax your lips and make a very brief, low articulation sound there. Focused. Yeah, no lips at all. Focused. There you go. And this one?
Choose.
Choose is present. This one is past. Chose. Choose is double O and it's choose. Choose with the rounding of the lips. And here's chose. Chose. What's the word that I'm looking for? It attaches to the rule that when you have two vowels, the first vowel sounds like the vowel of the alphabet. O. Chose.
Chose.
But it turns out there's barely any information on him. In fact, the only thing I could find was the little blurb in the back of his books. Yeah, and this is the blurb. Who is I'm Spooky? Almost nothing is known about the mysterious I'm Spooky. All we can say for sure is that he's cooking up a terrifying new entry in the Spine Ticklers series. Okay. All right. What you got there? Questions? How do you say in English? Y resulta que, pero ¿saben qué? Resulta que.
Yes, it turns out.
Turns out. Okay, it's one of those comodines, right? Turns out. Bueno, ay, resulta que. Like, inesperado, insospechado, que pereza, esto y demás. Turns out. But it turns out, I love this one. So sexy. Barely. Do you know what that is? Barely is one of the semi-negatives. You can use scarcely, barely, and hardly. They mean the same. They signal the intention without pretension of negativity. I just created that. So what you do here is you use a semi-negative. What?
But it's something like few. Few.
Yeah, casi nada. Ya bordea en casi nada. Por no decir nada. Barely. I mean, like you can say, en español uno diría como que, ay, pero sabes que yo allá no la conozco. O uno diría en español, en serio, no, pues mira, en serio que yo como que no la conozco. O sea, ella me ha saludado y yo no la conozco. Ese tipo de sentimiento que uno da como con el tono, en English es simplemente. It's simply barely. I barely know the girl. I barely know her. Yeah, exactly. I barely know her. Sí. Yo como que no la conozco. Ella me ha saludado y todo, pero I barely know her. O sea, no la conozco en sí, pero da espacio para la interpretación y el drama y la afectación, ¿sí? Y sirve mucho porque muchas veces en realidad, exacto, uno muchas veces no quiere decir no, porque es que en realidad no aplica. O sea, sí la conoces, solamente que no la conoces tan bien como quisieras. Es algo que es muy común, que uno es muy dado a utilizar negativos 100%, siempre no o sí, cuando en realidad no aplican. Estás tú, este ejemplo ya se los he dado antes, estás tú en la parte de atrás de un auditorio y allá adelante está el que está exponiendo, el ponente, y está bla, 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 y tú aquí escuchas el bla, 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 pero es como que no captas lo que está diciendo. Entonces sería estúpido decir, I can't hear you, porque sí lo puede escuchar, solamente que no puede entender. O sea, que está como ese espacio para que no, pero sí, pero no. ¿Listo? Y por eso es que es sexy. I like it. ¿Y qué es lo que creo yo con sexy? Que cuando vas a la interview de IELTS and you say barely, they are like, oh, barely. ¿Sí? Okay. So barely. Hardly, scarcely. The same thing. Okay. Hardly, scarcely, barely.
In this case, this Annie is for make emphasis because it's
exactly, drama.
So
barely any information on him.
Any information for him.
Yeah, y vuelve a aparecer on, about, right?
Him.
In fact, you know that. This, pay attention. ¿Sí? Clásico. Error clásico. ¿Te dirían error? Me extraña. ¿Eh? Error clásico. Hay un montón de verbos en inglés que normalmente van con can, could, pero que en español no, entonces lo omitimos, error clásico. The only thing I found. Vemos que usa colombiano. The only thing I could find. What? ¿Y por qué pone el could? Porque es de uso, it's not really a rule, it's just the way it's used. Find, remember, see, many things that have to do with, I don't know, like geolocation and sensorial perception, is you use can. Okay? Ven, no te escucho. I can't hear you. No, I don't hear you. Yeah? I don't remember. Más común en inglés, I can't remember. Ven, no lo encuentro. I don't find it. Bye-bye. I can't find it. Okay? No les voy a durar toda la vida, como dice mi esposa.
Blurb in, little blurb in,
What's that?
the little blurb in,
No entiendo nada y si no entiendo nada, Juanca, otra vez.
the little blurb in, the last
Blurb.
blurb.
Compare biography is extended version. Blurb is a small one. Like every time that there's a new member to our group, I always tell them, Mike, write a little blurb to introduce yourself to the group. That's what I tell everybody who joins the group. Is a blurb is a description, personal description or description of something like, okay, I'm selling these mugs and you publish on the website a blurb. Say these mugs, etc. A little description. And it can be a little biography, not really what can classify as a biography, because a biography is the whole thing, your life, right? But here's like, hi, I'm me, I'm a teacher, I love doing this, I want to meet people, and I like candy and running, and etc. Yeah, that's it, it's a blurb. No siga más porque ya se vuelve biography. Blurb. Yeah. ¿Cuál es la diferencia entre in the back of and on the back of? Por decir por fuera, tan fácil el inglés, ¿cierto? In, adentro, on, afuera, en la cubierta. In the back of es en la última página. In the back of his box. And there you go. Okay, who wants to read this one? Paola, hágale.
Okay, but turns out there's barely any information on him. In fact, the only thing I could find was the little blurb in the back of his books.
Dos cosas que me encantaron es que estás uniendo las palabras. Me gustó mucho ese sonido de back. Me gustó esa aspiración, back. Back of his book. Back of his book. Okay? Back of his book. That's it. Great reading, Pau.
Thank you, teacher.
All right, so let's go on. Here's Mr. I'm spooky. Oh, the good news is that since I wasn't really able to find anything on I'm spooky, I was finished with my entire author's bio in about 2 minutes. The good news is, okay, typical transition, right? I give it to you. Oh, the good news is I won the lottery. Can you imagine the dream of young people to win the lottery when you're young, because old people win the lottery and it's like, what a waste, right? It's like you see all those guys in Cadillacs and Lamborghinis and you look at, oh, it's 72. Oh no, what a waste, right? All right. Good news is that since, you remember since, right? Not science. Since, because, right? Since I wasn't really able, I love this sexy word because able can be inserted anywhere. Can is very hard to insert everywhere. Okay? Can exist as the past could, but it can be ambiguous. So to defeat ambiguity, you can just use able. And in fact, is used in all conjugations, future, present perfect, with other expressions like modals, you always use able. For example, yo creo que puedo ir. I might be able to go. Yeah, so that be able is magical. It fits everywhere. La monedita de oro. I wasn't really able to find anything on I'm Spooky. I was finished with my entire author's bio in about 2 minutes. Normal English, American English, everything LOL, right? Bio. Small, abbreviated, compacted. Any other questions? I asked my own questions. Any other questions? Everything clear, right? Okay, then Anna, read, please. Or maybe Anna read already, right? You read already, Anna?
No.
Then read.
The good news is that since I wasn't really able to find anything on my Spooky, I was finished my entire author's bio in about 2 minutes.
Oh, great. How? Author's biography, author name, I'm Spooky. Birthday, no se sabe. Place of birth, hobbies, education, interesting facts about the author. Huh? Great. Okay. With a name like Spooky, I guess you have no choice but to write scary books for a living. Okay. I kind of wish I had never started reading those spine ticklers books, though, because once you start reading them, it's hard to stop. And they're starting to affect my everyday life. Questions, comments, concerns. What jumps out?
Kind of wish.
Kinda, yes.
Kinda.
Where am I? Started reading those. I kind of, yes. Kinda, normally pronounced kinda, especially if it's followed by a consonant, kinda, as one word. Sometimes people write it as one word, kinda. It's used to show indecision, tentativeness, yeah, or just to protect your opinion. Because if you say, I wish, people would be sometimes like, you wish, you know, like it's too strong an argument. Explain yourself. And if you don't want that kind of confrontation, you say, I kind of wish, and nobody's going to correct you because you kind of, you know? This is good for business. Because sometimes in business you say, we need to do, and then they're going to be like, yes, ¿a quién se cree que we need to do? Entonces, ahí dice uno, I kind of think we need to, and everybody's like, okay. Hablo la guagua, pero bueno, está bien. ¿Sí, no? Pero cuando dice, we need to, ya como que, ay, no, pues, ¿a quién se cree? Right? So, I kind of delivers the same punch, but softer, you know, like killing me softly. All right, so it's easy to absorb. It's more digestible. So sometimes people use kinda and other resources to protect their opinions from criticism. Because if you don't use that, then people are gonna call you to, you know, explain yourselves, and nobody likes that sometimes. So I kind of wish. All right, since there are no more questions, then Julie, read these 2 paragraphs, please.
I kind of wish I had never
Wait,
started.
or here. There. See,
Okay.
here.
Desde
With.
okay. With a name like I'm Spooky, I guess you have no choice but to write skybooks for a living. I kind of wish I had never started reading Thugs Spine Tickler's book. So because once you start reading them, it's hard to stop. And they're starting to affect my everyday life.
Here you can link. Those pine tickler books. Those pine ticklers books. Who can translate into Spanish this?
Supongo que no tengo el...
No tenía de otra.
No me quedo más de otra, ¿cierto? Le toca a uno. Pues diría yo, I guess lo pondría yo en español, en mi español como pues le toca a uno. ¿Sí? Uno con nombre así, pues le toca a uno escribir libros de terror para niños. Yeah, you have no choice but. Okay, I give it to you. Don't forget, you have no choice but. With a face like that, you have no choice but be rich, right? To be rich with a face like that. All right, so let's move on. Going to the dentist was never that much fun to begin with, but after I read Spine Tickler's number 67, it got even worse. Spine ticklers, my dentist is the devil. And he shakes.
Hiciste como Tachala.
Tachala. ¿Verdad? Tachala, que habrá sido Tachala y de Kakaroto. All right, so remember that when you don't have a subject before a verb, it always is in ing. ¿Sí? En Spanish lo traducimos como ir al dentista, but in English going, so you don't get confused and say, ¿yendo? No, ir to the dentist was never. Remember, I can give you this for free. Don't use it. Dentist. Dentist was never that much fun to begin with. But after I read Spine Ticklers number 67, it got even worse. Drama. Okay, questions?
Most fun to begin with.
What's that?
The expression with the last part.
To begin with. I would say, in other words, originally. Was not that much fun originally to begin with. It replaces originally. So you would be like, why then don't they say originally? Because it's English. And in English, they have a proclivity. You like that word? Big word. Proclivity to distribute meaning across little words that form phrases. Remember the game of Legos that I always talk about? That's English. But for us, it's more like Play-Doh or plastilina. Bollito, bollito, bollito va creciendo. And in English, it's like one word, another word, another word. That's it. Same result, different games. Right? So to begin with, originally. Good question, by the way, Juanca. I didn't catch that one. One thing that I want to signal here to show you, going, no subject. I could do the same here. I could take away the I and say after reading. So you would ask why ing? Because after is not a subject. Got it? Before reading, after reading. Yeah. I'm afraid of reading. After any word that is not a subject, ing. And if there's no word before, ing. So simple. Ing is kind of the base. What for us is ar, er, ir. For English speakers is ing. Pretty much. Got it? Is that clear? Okay. And here is Spine Ticklers, my dentist is the devil. Wee! Who wants to read? How about Juanca? Yes.
Okay. Going to the dentist was never that much fun to begin with. But after I read Spine Tickler's number 67, it got even worse.
I want you to say this word again.
After I read
Okay, thank you. Never mind. Okay.
Okay.
Good. I've checked out every spine tickler's book from the library and even borrowed a few spine ticklers junior books from Rowley so I could keep going. And just like I predicted, the books are starting to give me nightmares. Spine Ticklers number 71 is about this kid who grows a lizard tail and tries to hide it from his family and teachers. And it's funny because, yeah, it's kind of it's a subculture and part of you growing up into maturity that you like to be scared and you live your dream world of imagination. And in the United States, they make that into a business because it's capitalism, right? Unbridled capitalism. So these books have gone viral and they have been generation after generation the same, you know, like great selling books for kids. The Goosebumps series it's unbelievably successful. And the writer, R.L. Stine, has even moved on to write more series for other age groups. Because Goosebumps is like for kids who are 11 to 13. And then you need to grow up because, you know, kids start to develop and they are not just playing and you know, like being home, but they want to go out with friends. They got a girlfriend. And then there is another series that is also for kids who are already reaching adulthood. So now they have a couple or, you know, like they party and stuff like that. And, you know, there's horror for everybody in America if you want it. Okay. Goosebumps is the beginning. Before Goosebumps, there's nothing that is really scary. Everything is like, boop. Oh my God, I hit my head. Something like that. Nothing scary. All right, this one goes out to Eddie. He's going to read these two paragraphs.
I check out every Spine Ticker's book from the library and even borrowed a few Spine Ticklers Junior's book from Rowley, so I could keep going. And just like I predicted, the books are starting to give me nightmares. Spine Tickers number 71 is about this kid who grows a lizard tail and try to hide it from his family and teachers.
All right. I want you to read this again.
Check it out.
Checked out. Checked out.
Checked out.
Much better. And this one.
Borrow a few.
Borrowed a few.
Borrowed a few.
Borrowed a few. Borrowed a few.
Borrowed a few.
This one here, this O is more like ba. Borrowed a few. Borrowed a few.
Borrowed a few.
So more than bo is ba. Borrowed a few.
Borrowed a few.
Yep, much better. There. Questions, comments, no? Yes?
What is the mean for checked out?
Looked at them, saw them, opened them, was curious about them. Oh, no, sorry. From the library, took them out, borrowed them from the library. You check books out of the library. Okay, meaning that you have a card, you take the book, they give you a date to return it, and that's to check it out from the library. It's a process. So when you check in and check out of a hotel, same with books.
About this kid. This.
About this kid. Oh yes, good eye.
Good.
Good eye, my friend. I never get tired because that's the kind of word that you sometimes don't see unless somebody points it out. Why is this kid? Why no a kid? Why don't you say Spine Ticklers number 71 is about a kid? Why this kid?
It's another way to say in Spanish, in informal Spanish, el fulano. because
Okay.
it's not the,
I like that.
because it's not the somebody that he knew.
Mm-hmm. This kid, a kid is, however, mean the same, but this kid is a little bit more dramatic, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to be dramatic, you say this, especially in a story. My story is about this dog, drama. Okay. There you go. I like that. Good question. Give me nightmares. Very common expression in English, right? Same as in Spanish.
The same.
Me dan pesadillas. Give me nightmares. Nightmares. I could keep going. It's like, don't get me started. I would never finish. I could keep going on and on and on and on and never finish because I have read them all. That was me with Stephen King. When I was a student, remember that I still have to tell you all about the way that I learned English, right? When I was a student, I wanted terror. I wanted horror, sorry. And one of my teachers said, check out Stephen King. And I went nuts on Stephen King. I read, I think, all of his books. Anything that he wrote was good to me. So Stephen King was my I'm spooky.
Few days ago, I watched a series, a Netflix series, The Mist. And The Mist is by Stephen King.
It's based on a novel. Good.
But the final don't like.
You didn't like, okay, no, movies
Didn't like.
is, movies sometimes don't do justice to the book normally. I always say, if you like the book, don't watch the movie, please. If you like the movie, read the book. But if you like the book, don't watch the movie. It's a terrible idea. I remember that I read the Da Vinci Code, El Código Da Vinci. And I was like, wow, I want to see the movie now. Yeah. Because for the movie, they cannot go into details that you really appreciated in the book because there's no budget for that. And who's going to watch a movie that lasts 17 hours, right? It's called a series. All right. Spine ticklers, tails, you lose. Do you understand the joke? Do you understand the joke? Tails, you lose. ¿Quién me explica el chiste? Chiste está muy escondido, ¿cierto? ¿Cuál es el chiste? Tells you.
Strong height.
No? Nothing? Nobody?
The puntual translation is cola te pierdes.
Sí,
No,
solamente que tails.
he was trying to hide the tail, ¿no?
Could be. Pero el chiste ahí sí es un juego con palabras que puede tener varias interpretaciones. So, but the real way why you say you lose is because tails also means in English sello. Cara o sello? Sello, perdió.
Oh.
Heads or tails? Tails, you lose. So that's the joke. Claro, el man también perdió el año con la cola, ¿no? Le salió la cola por detrás.
we were going to continue the session until 4 a.m. and I didn't understand the joke, really. I'm sorry.
Excuse me? Tails you lose?
Today is after is laughing in your bed.
Tails you lose. Now you know it. Now you're smarter. Okay. Bye. I'm spooky. That one really stressed me out. And the night I read it, I had a dream that I was the one with the tail. Actually, my dream started off really good because there was a bunch of fun things you can do with a tail that you wouldn't even think of. ¿Qué les parece eso? Ya está volviendo esto como de otro género, ¿no? ¿Sí? Qué sueñito los de este niño, ¿ah? It's que actually my dream started off really good because there are a bunch of fun things you can do with that tail that you didn't even think of. Que puede ser muy chistoso que no pase con una cola bien larga. No idea. You see? I have no idea really. Okay, so who wants to read? Julie, go ahead.
That one really stressed me out, and the night I read it, I had a dream that I was the one with the tail. Actually, my dream started off really good because there are a bunch of fun things you can do. You can do with a tail that you will never think of.
You wouldn't even think of, yeah. You wouldn't even think of. The even is inserted in the middle for drama. Any questions there? You would say like, but why out? Why not just stress me? Because Americans need that extra syllable. Why? Because if you have any problems, ask Liz. She lives surrounded by Americans, so she will help you with that complaint. They need that. It's necessary for them. It's life. Stress me out. So stress me, they immediately go Colombian. Sorry, stress me out. American. All right. Just kidding. Okay, stress me out the night I read it. I had a dream. Martin Luther King, right? Was the one with the tail. I was the one with the tail. Any questions there? No.
It's the same way to the startup.
Startup. The startup. Startup is to begin.
No, because it's
Just
in past. Startup.
What do you mean?
Past. My dream
past is
startup.
Started off. Yes, started off. There's an extra
Started.
syllable. Started off.
Started off.
Started off. So that T sounds like a D. Started off. Really good. Comenzó, right? So once again, you're gonna complain to Elizabeth. Okay, not just started, because yeah, you're gonna show your nationality by not using that extra syllable beat. You're gonna show your you're gonna show your Latino blood. I know you stressed me. The dream started. Very good. Yeah. Latina stereo, right? So if you want to sound more gringo stereo, then go off and out. Got it? And it doesn't affect the meaning really. It's just the extra beat that is so delicious to their ears. Because there are a bunch of things, bunch of fun things you can do with a tail that you wouldn't even think of. Yes, my mind was in the gutter. Do you understand gutter? ¿Saben qué es gutter? Gutter es por donde bajan las aguas, lluvias y todo eso. Eso se llama gutter, como la canoa. Sí, tenía la cabeza en la canoa pensando otras cosas. O sea, mi mente sucia. Dice en inglés, my mind was in the gutter. But look, I didn't think of this. You can play ping pong without looking, with your back. All right. There you go.
Greg plays ping pong with a cyclope.
You're right. In my dream, I wasn't ashamed of my tail. I was proud of it. And I used it to its full advantage. Oh, yeah. Look at this. Dribble, dribble, dribble. Dribble, dribble, dribble. Go ahead, Liz. Read this one.
In my dream, I wasn't ashamed of my tail. I was proud of it. And I used it to its full advantage.
All right. So you know what I'm going to call you out on, right? Los linkings. Sí, okay.
Yes.
Dove. Did. Dove. Dove it. All of these sounds dove it. Okay. And all of these sounds did to. That's it. Dove. I wasn't ashamed of my tail. I was proud of it. I used it to, its full advantage. Yeah,
Teacher,
there you go.
ashamed or ashamed?
Ashamed of. Ashamed of is like timid, concerned, guilty, shy and nervous. That's ashamed. Especially when you know that you did something or didn't do something that you should have or should, and you know that people are going to judge you. You know, like when you see the lady in your building carrying bags and bags of groceries to the elevator, and you're with Dante, and you're like, too heavy, and you continue, you continue, and then I don't know what, something happens, and somebody sees you and looks at the lady with the bags and looks at you, and you're like, has to be ashamed. Okay, ashamed of something you did or you didn't. The only thing I didn't like about it was that when I got excited about something, everyone could tell. What do you mean? Oh, wag, wag, wag. Okay. He still started to wag, just to move repeatedly like this in short motion. Wag. Wave. Wag. It's more repeated. I'm tired. I've been going to the gym with my son, and it's killing me. Because now I started running again. I'm running early in the morning. So I run a couple of miles in the morning. And then I have to come back home and take my son to the gym. So I'm doing 2 workouts. And so I'm like, today I was dying. I was literally dying. And today was leg day. And I was like, because it's hard, 2 workouts in a day. But I want my son to get in shape, because he was very active when he was little, and now he was turning little by little into a couch potato. So I said, no, can't let this happen. So now I do my workout, and then I take him to do his workout, but we work out together, because what fun is it to be dad, bring your kid to the gym and be like the trainer, like, okay, run. No, you have to run with him. That's it. And the way that you push is the way that he pushes, because he doesn't want to be left behind. So we warm up hard, and he does it too. And sometimes he feels like, I'm going to drop my cookies, but I say, no, go get some water and let's continue. And at the end of the workout, he's like, I'm dying. And okay, but then he starts to look at himself in the mirror. And he's like, yeah. Little side note.
A question.
Yeah.
How do you say in English patiseco? Because I don't I don't
Chicken
think
legs. Chicken legs.
No, chicken legs.
Yeah, it's chicken legs. The funny thing is that, pay attention. The funny thing is this: para nosotros legs es todo completo, desde el muslo hasta el tobillo, ¿sí o qué? Pero para los americanos, legs es únicamente la pantorrilla.
Oh.
Entonces, por eso chicken legs es patiseco. Sí, porque el pollo es muslón. ¿Sí o qué? Sí, pero yo sé que estaba hablando de los Johnny Bravo, ¿sí o no?
Exactly.
All right. Yeah, like you can say your legs are sticks. See? Stick boy, stick legs. See? Patapalo, patepalo. Yeah.
Dry legs.
Dry legs. Then all of a sudden, my tail became a problem. People got jealous. And the next thing I knew, I was being hunted like I was some kind of monster. Look at this. Dun, 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 dun. Where'd he go? There you go. And this reading will be done by Bernardo Gerena, the voice.
Okay. Then all of a sudden my tail became a problem. People got jealous, and the next thing I knew, I was being hunted like I was some kind of monster.
Perfect. You made the same mistake as I did. Sorry. Became.
Became.
So there became. Yeah. Anyone? All of a sudden, or all of the sudden, the same thing. All of a sudden, what's that?
Momento otro.
Yeah, de la nada. De repente, right? All of a sudden. And then you're going to say like, but teacher, why not suddenly? Yeah, because it's English fractioned up into little cubes that you put together, Legos. All of a sudden has a beat to it. Suddenly, not much of a beat to it. So that's it. Get jealous. I know that jealous normally we encounter for whatever reason first as celoso, right? Jealous, celos, jealousy. But it's more common in English, jealous, to be envidia. Although you also know the word envy, so envious, not so common. The most common word to be used in that use or circumstance is jealous. So no es que estés celoso, but envidioso de alguien. Tienes envidia. And in English, you don't say I have envy or I have jealousy. That doesn't exist. It's always used as an adjective. So I got jealous is me dio envidia. Or les dio envidia. People got jealous. And the next thing I knew, remember that this is a pretty common transition. Y ahí mismito. Y ahí mismo. Ahí mismito. The next thing I knew, I was being hunted down like a dog. Yeah, I was being hunted like I was some kind of monster. Literally, algún tipo de monstruo raro. Some kind of monster. And there he is. Where'd he go? Where'd he? Where'd he? Where'd he? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? I ran for my life and escaped through a window, and the townspeople chased me down the street and through a shopping mall. I almost got away, but then my tail got stuck in the escalator. Johan, read, my friend.
I ran for my life and escaped through a window, and townspeople chased me down the street, and through a shopping mall. I almost got away, but then my tail got stuck in the escalator.
Escalator.
Escalator. Sorry.
Everybody knows what escalator is?
Elevador, ascensor.
Electric stairs. Electric stairs. Las escalas eléctricas. Escalator es las escalas eléctricas. ¿Cómo le dicen en Bogotá? Escaleras eléctricas.
Sí, escaleras eléctricas.
Okay, there you go. You know it now. Escalator, lady. Anybody knows townspeople? La gente del pueblo la llamaban loca. Townspeople. The regular folk, everybody, you know, the people of the town, just, you know, the people, in other words.
Los paisanos.
Los paisanos.
And chase me down.
Chase me down, yes. Very common to follow chase with down. Very common.
They follow me.
They followed me, yes. And this is another common expression, run for your life. Sálvese quien pueda. Remember that escape es una de las excepciones, tiene E al principio. Escaped, o sea que no vayan a decir escaped, porque decir through a window, street, and through a shopping mall. Through, in and out, right? Preposition of movement. Almost got away. Almost escaped again, got away. And what is to get stuck?
Trabarse.
Yeah. Enredarse. Se me enredó. Got stuck. Got stuck.
Tangled.
What's that?
Tangled up.
Tangled up. Yes. Got tangled up. Se metió por donde no se debía meter. I swear I could actually feel it happen. And it woke me up. Scream. Do you remember this? With this, don't forget it. Latino. I feel cold. I can feel the cold in this room. I feel the cold in this room. I feel. If in doubt, use can every time you can, especially for verbs that have to do with the senses. Okay? Volves algo. I can see a man. Gringo. I see a man. Latino. Got it? Verbs of the senses normally use can because the verbs in the sense or the sensors are enablers. Got it? Don't wait, Juanca. Oh, Juanca's awake. Sorry. It's the new concentration pose. All right, I swear. I swear that I give you that. Don't worry. I swear I could actually feel it happen and it woke me up. Pao, can you repeat that?
Excuse me, teacher, what?
Repeat the whole thing.
I swear I could actually feel it happen and it woke me up.
Good. Can you repeat this?
I swear I could
Okay.
actually feel it happen and it woke me up.
For a minute, I thought you said swear, like you made like an extra something. Swear. Yeah, swear. Just swear. Good. Scream. In fact, the dream was so realistic that I turned on the lights to see if I actually did have a tail. And I have to say, I was a little disappointed when I realized that nothing was there. Yeah. Look at him. Look at him. Dirty old guy. It's like me. Did I ever tell you that when I was a kid, I was looking at my butt in a mirror when I was 4 because I didn't know what was there. And my grandfather and my father saw me and they both took belts and give me the beating of my life. I never did it again.
I like this underwear, the cracks underwear.
Yeah, nice underwear. I like it. Right? Briefs are called. Calzoncillos en inglés se dice briefs. Okay. Briefs. Boxers, it says briefs.
Briefs.
Briefs. Okay, this one goes out to Ana.
In fact, the dream was so realistic that I turned on the light to see if I actually did have a tail. And I have to say, I was a little disappointed when I realized that nothing was there.
Questions?
Teacher, why did is
Good point.
In capital letters?
To suggest that you emphasize it because it's an emphatic structure. Es el sí para ver si sí tenía cola. Ese sí enfático. Yo sí voy. O yo sí fui. Yo sí lo hice. I did do it. Es un auxiliar ahí que queda en lugar del sí. Did, do, does. ¿Sí? Ella sí sabe. She does know. Y normalmente queda resaltado. Does know. She does know. No, she does know. No, she does know. Para clarificar, por ejemplo, ella sí sabe. She does know. Yeah? Anything else?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah.
I turn on, the
Yeah,
light.
turn done. Yeah, that's what you do with lights. You turn them on. Turned it on. Turned on the light. Turned on. Remember done, right? Turned on. To see if I actually did have a tail. And I like this. Why not? You know, like this is something that from Spanish we wouldn't use. I mean, we would never landed on this phrase purely from Spanish thinking. I was a little disappointed. ¿Sí? ¿Cómo dirían eso en español? Berraco, ¿sí o no? ¿Está desapunteado o qué? Desapuntado.
Me desilusioné, me achanté.
Buena, me
Me
gusta.
achanté.
Decepcionado.
Me
No,
achanté.
estaba achantado, decepcionado, triste, aburrido, acongojado. I was a little disappointed. Yeah. Pero vean que nos tomó tiempo como pensar en eso porque no viene desde el inglés, desde el español, no encaja, perdón. I was a little disappointed. Okay, and this can be the good introduction to anything that makes you sad, depressed, anxious, etc. You know what? I was a little disappointed. Perfect comment for anything that you don't feel completely happy about. Hey, what do you think of the restaurant? To be honest, I was a little disappointed.
About
Why?
turn down. About turn down. Turn down. In Spanish or in Colombian Spanish, it's normal to say, yo prendí la luz.
Yeah.
If I decided to get translate literally, this is God, I got born. The light.
I burned the light. Yeah. But colloquially, you can also say, I hit the light. Le pegué a la luz, ¿cierto? I hit the light, como la prendí. La agarré también. Interesting. That's not the only bad dream I've had because of those books, though. Interesting. Eddie, can you repeat that part right here?
That's not the only bad dream that I had because of those books, though.
I like the fact that you try to insert here that could be there, but it's not. Yeah. Dream that I've had. Yeah. Dream that I've had. Dream that I've had. Dream that I've had. Yes. Crazy, right? The bad dream that I've had because of those. Because you need to join these two. My've. The bad dream I've had.
Bad dream I had.
My had. Bad dream I had. The bad dream I've had.
¿Por qué utilizan ese todo al final?
Para no utilizar but al principio. It's a substitute. You can say at the beginning, but that's not the only bad dream. Or you can say, but that's not the only bad though. Same thing. Different position. So they're synonyms, actually. And there's a comma before. See that? Don't forget. The other night, I had a dream where I was captured by zombie pirates and made to walk the plank. For some reason, I kept repeating this stupid rhyme. Step, step, step. No, no, no. Plop, plop, plop. In I go. There. And this by Juanca.
The other night, I had a dream where I was captured by zombie pirates and made to walk the plank. For some reason, I kept repeating this stupid rhyme.
Rhyme.
Okay.
Rhyme. Yes.
Rhyme, the rima.
Yeah.
I kept repeating this stupid rhyme. Step, step,
Ooh, step. Repeat this.
This stupid.
Thank you very much. This stupid rhyme.
This stupid rhyme. Step,
okay.
Step, step. No, no, no. Plop, plop, plop. In I go.
There you go. And I want you to tell me this in Spanish.
La otra noche.
¿Y qué significa eso?
Una
Como,
vez. Una vez.
Como qué día, qué noche, eso.
El
como
otro día,
Otra noche, la
¿Pero
otra
qué
noche.
significa eso? ¿Eso es lejos o cerca?
Cerca.
Hay dudas, ¿cierto?
No, y no
Sí,
determiné.
porque estaban como ambivalentes al respecto. Algunos decían como lejos, otros como cuando lo decían en español. Entonces tengan en cuenta que esto es una corrección normal que le hacen a uno. Uno dice the other day y es que cuando tenía 5 años. No, the other day when I was 5, eso no existe. The other day es reciente. ¿Sí? Puede ser como lo dijo Ana, qué día, pero eso es bogotano, ¿cierto? ¿Qué día? Y aquí decimos como que hace unos días, ¿sí? Hace unas noches o algo, hace unos días, ¿sí? O en estos días. Ven, estos días por la noche. Listo, ojo, ¿sí? Porque muchas veces se equivoca uno así, feo, y uno dice, the other day when I was 5, que eso es the other day, que eso no existe. The other day es ahorita, ¿cuándo? The other day usted tenía 5, entonces, ¿qué es Benjamín Butón o qué? ¿Sí? So, the other day es en estos días, ¿sí? Hace unos días, right? And same with the other night, so it's like 3 nights ago.
Hace poco.
Hace poco, una noche hace poco. I had a bad dream. Pero yo diría que ese the other day, the other night es como dentro de la semana, dentro de los 7 días. Me da la impresión.
Estos
Porque también
días.
si uno dice hace poco, puede irse a meses, ¿cierto?
Estos días.
En estos días es más bien dicho para que en realidad encaje en lo que en realidad significa. The other night I had a dream where I was captured by zombie pirates. Yeah. Anything else? This is obviously new, right? To walk the plank is new to you, right? Porque eso no existe en español o no vi suficientes películas de piratas. ¿Cómo se dice en español eso? Yo creo que yo no sé. Siempre
bueno,
tuvieron
como que
tirar
bueno,
al agua.
trampolín.
Un
Es
trampolín.
un trampolín. Yeah, the plank. ¿Sí? Un plank es una tabla. Sí, como que le hicieron caminar hasta el fin de la tabla. Pues lo hicieron tirar. Que era normalmente como que lo que uno veía en películas de piratas, que era como el castigo. Sí, o sea, lo tiran, lo dejan ahogar ya. Básicamente no lo va a matar, mátese. Chao. Yeah, that's to walk the plank or to walk down the plank. Sometimes even used figuratively to mean that you are getting closer to an undesired outcome or event. Okay. For some reason. Also very common for whatever reason or for some reason. Inexplicable. Okay. Inexplicably, I kept repeating the stupid rhyme for some reason that I don't know. For whatever reason, I kept repeating the rhyme. Oh, by the way, yeah, never mind. Step, no, blah, 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 and go. Yeah. Okay. And there's always a shark. Unfortunately, I was saying it for real. So now Roderick has a video of me talking in my sleep. Step, blah, 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 and you go. And here's Roderick. Caramelo pars. All right. And Julie.
unfortunately, I was saying it for real, so now Roderick has a video of me talking in my sleep. Step, 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 no, 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 flop, flop, in I go.
Questions?
I like it the red.
He was saying it for real.
For real. In real life. En serio. De verdad. For real. That for real is pretty movable. It can be used in so many different positions and it all means the same, but it can be moved around a lot. You know, like somebody can ask you like, en serio, parce, are you for real? For example. Now, so now Roderick has a video of me, okay? And this is interesting, talking in my sleep. That's the way you say it, talking in my sleep. Okay? Not talking in my dreams, obviously, talking in my sleep. Or in Spanish, hablando dormido. So if I translate that for word would be speaking asleep. Doesn't make sense. Talking in my sleep is the only way. It's a fixed phrase. Como en español siempre decimos estaba hablando dormido. ¿O cómo más lo dicen ustedes? Estaba, ¿qué? Nada, hablando dormido. That's it. And let's read one more page so you can go Betty bye-bye. Okay? And it says here, sometimes my dreams are so ridiculous that I actually know I'm having a nightmare. And when that happens, I try to snap out of it. Wake up, dummy! And Paula Duque.
Sometimes my dreams are so ridiculous. I actually know I'm having a nightmare. And when
Neymar.
that happens,
Careful. Neymar? Just kidding.
nightmare.
Continue. Continue.
Nightmare.
Johan is going to be angry. I'm just pointing out the obvious. That Johan is Neymar. Usted tiene Neymar. Yeah, nightmare. Just kidding. I'm sorry. Just couldn't contain myself. Nightmare. And
no problem. I love your way to teach.
Your humor.
Okay.
Funny,
And
bullying.
when that happens, I try to snap out of it.
Eso. Snap out of it. Esa se suena
Snap
como
out
ves.
of it.
Snap out of it. Out of it. Out of it.
Okay.
Como Paula.
Wake up, dummy.
Out of it. And wake up, dummy. Yes. Wake up, dummy. And this word?
Ridiculous.
Yeah, you can loosen the lips in some places. You can say loosen them up. Como boba. Que no eres. Relax, okay? Teacher.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Okay, teacher, thank you.
Okay. Any questions?
Snap out of it.
Snap out of it. Yes.
Sí, es salirse, pero salirse así, pa. Snap es como cuando ¿se acuerdan cuando los quemaron con un caucho? ¿Sí? Es así, snap, es como que revienta así duro, quema. O sea, es muy abrupto. Snap out of it. Okay. Try to snap out of it, como salirse uno rápido. And there he is. Wake up, dummy, pendejo, right? That's dummy. Other times, I think I'm having a nightmare and I'm actually not. Then when I try to wake myself up, I realize I'm not asleep. Splash. The gobble gobble. Here's Tachala. Gobble chomp, gobble gobble. And then this must be a dream. This cannot happen to me. And he's not asleep. Okay. And with this one, we finish. So let's have Bernardo read this one.
Other time I think I'm having a nightmare, but I actually not. Then when I try to wake myself up, I realize I'm not asleep. I'm not asleep.
And here, Fab.
Yeah.
Myself up. Myself up.
Myself
up. I think that the L normally is not pronounced. Myself up.
Myself
I try to wake myself up.
I try to wake myself up.
Yeah. Good. 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 Yeah. Splash. Gobble, gobble, chomp. and tú. Questions? Did you know that the word other is plural? That's why you put it next to times. Another time, another is singular, and other normally is plural. Other people, other times, other circumstances, another person, another time, another circumstance. Yeah. The other is more depending. The other man or the other man can be plural or singular. The other woman, the other women.
Teacher, and another.
Another is singular, means one other. Another woman, another time. And other is always plural, sorry. Other plural, another singular. So another time and other times. All right. How was that? I guess it's starting to get back to fun, because that thing about the balloon and the school was so boring. I think that sometimes writers have those moments where they like, okay, I need to write 2 more pages and I don't know what to say. Let's talk about a story about the balloon. Boring. I remember that, you know, one of those series that is really amazing and you like, can't believe what happens, and it always keeps you wanting to see what's next because there's cliffhanger after cliffhanger, is Breaking Bad. And I remember that there's one episode about a fly, and I'm like, what the hell are they doing in this episode? So the whole episode they chased a fly around a laboratory, and I'm like, unbelievable. They ran out of ideas. But then in the next episode they got back into it, and I was grabbed until the end. All right. So
the story about this episode is that the manager didn't have enough money for paying.
No kidding.
For paying the others actors, so
No.
they wrote this episode for Brian Castro and Aaron Paul. Just they have they make totally the full episode, and this was the award. They received many awards for that.
Interesting.
I watched a documentary about this episode.
It takes me back to stupid mistakes that we make sometimes. You do things like that, like, okay, they're not paying me, I don't care. I remember I used to work for Pearson as a very big company, and I used to promote their books, and I would give workshops to teachers to teach them how to use certain materials and everything. And they hadn't paid me for 2 months. I'm like, this is stupid. Why are you not paying me? So they took me to do several workshops, and I didn't prepare anything. And I was just like, you know, being a fool, just creating stupid things. And I knew that they knew, but I was not getting paid. So I was pissed. Anyway, just a story that it took me back to, and I didn't know that about Breaking Bad. Great. That's a great TV show. Very violent,
Yes.
too violent sometimes, but very well made and written. You know, it really grabs you. Thank you very much, people. You are the best. How many times do I have to tell you? You are the best. It's fun. Even without the gringos, it's fun, right? The gringos are missed, but even without the gringos, we're having fun, I think. You're like, oh, yes, teaching, no, pues qué fun. Qué fun, qué fun, qué fun. All right, guys. So I thank you very much. Tomorrow, I think that Chuck is back and we go back to Seinfeld. Okay. Unless you want to change it. Listen, I'm always open to things, but I always try to find new ways to interact with you and to draw you sometimes out of comfort, because, you know, we start to land into comfort again. I think I have a sense that, and I know because there are not so many questions, that we're starting to get comfortable with this, right? And then if we go to Seinfeld, that is another type of challenge. Okay, that's another type of challenge. So just in case, if you feel that something needs to be changed, please always speak up, because this course is ours and we're making it as we go. So if something is like, yeah, I think that Wimpy Kid needs to be put to rest. Put Wimpy Kid to sleep and let's find something else. Could be, you know, like it could be time to grow up and grow out of this book. Okay. And there is Seinfeld, and there are other opportunities that we can also explore. I mean, if you say, yeah, I think I'm done with Wimpy, because Wimpy's fun, but then after a while, it's like, okay, same old, you know, more of the same. But then again, you also have to appreciate that it's really easy to connect to, and it's really easy to get new expressions. And again, it's an environment where we can ask questions and look at things and be amazed. But yeah, we can always change. And sometimes I say it because of the previous reading, I was like falling asleep, like with that balloon, I was like, chocolate balloon. So my energy starts to ebb, and I want my energy to flow. So maybe I'm not too excited sometimes about Wimpy Kid, but if you feel the same, or you have ideas, or you just want to speak up and say, you know what, yeah. Or if you say, no, leave Wimpy because I love it, you know. And especially when we have the gringos, because it's funny, especially with the gringos, because this is a book for kids. So it's not serious reading for us. And then when we bring the gringos, we get even more interesting stories and fun facts that they tell us. So I really appreciate that. It's like, we really read and we really don't read at the same time, because we read as an excuse to talk with them and to find stuff to discuss. So we actually just get together around the book and talk. So it has its pros and its cons. But what I'm saying is, like, I'm not saying let's change it, but if at any point you have an idea, or you think it's getting old or whatever, or it's losing its energy, then let me know and we can find other things to do. And also about Seinfeld, if you feel like, oh, teacher, I know that you're really excited about it, but can we try maybe going to Friends or something different, because Seinfeld, I'm not liking it very much. Okay. And you can also bring these opinions. You can also bring these opinions to the group, where everybody can have their own opinions and we can all decide. And if it comes to the point where we need to decide, then I can post a poll and you can give me suggestions, or I can give you choices and you can choose. Isn't that beautiful? Because we're in this until December. I mean, November 30th. So we need to enjoy it fully. Right, Julie? Julie says yes.
I would like to suggest something about your appreciation. I agree.
Go ahead.
I totally agree with the expression that we pick it is saying all sometimes. But I would like to practice maybe another vocabulary, more vocabulary. For example, business vocabulary, for example.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. We have a lot of
For example,
materials.
For example, we can try to explain a suits episode, for example. Because
Okay.
Because the vocabulary is hard, and the way to say these scenes are quickly. And so
yeah, and we can also move away from books and just do scripts. The only thing is that with the scripts is fun if we can watch the video as well, right? But the moment we watch the video or we share the video here, our like YouTube hammer us and So that's the problem, right? That we get hammered by YouTube. Other than that, I would love to, but we can do it. And you can watch the video on your own, or we can have a moment at the end of the live where we finish the live and we can all watch and discuss. Or I can send you into smaller groups and you can watch on your own. And then we can come back and discuss. Things like that. We can find a way. So we can definitely switch all the way from books to scripts, which I don't have any problem with because, you know, scripts are more dynamic and there is the value of video attached to it. And if we do it again, if we do it with the gringos, it's interesting because they also have their appreciation of it and they can show us new things that maybe not going to think of and you're not going to ask, etc. Yeah. So yeah, that's an idea. So let's leave it there on the table. Be active about it. Be diligent. If you feel the same or you're thinking, then I invite you to go to the WhatsApp group and say, guys, what do you think? And then people talk and then we do poll and we start trying things. Okay. I think that, yeah, sometimes I feel not necessarily that I want to change it, but sometimes I feel like, okay, we are going way too slow and we're not challenging ourselves with Wimpy Kid. I think that we are past discomfort. But it's fun and we still learn. Yeah, sure. But by the same token, my argument is, teacher, why do you teach my daughter the long division for a full year? The teacher explained to me, because this develops some regions of the cortex of her brain. And I say, can't we find something that is more practical and develops the same part of the cortex? Ah, yes. Because the long division is so passé. I'm not going to do the long division ever again after I leave school. So why? You know, why don't we learn, I don't know, Python? Develops the same part of the brain. Ay, because I don't know Python. Ah, de malas aprenda. So that's the thing. So Wimpy Kid can be that kind of thing. Is like, we're still learning, yeah, but we can do something different and learn as well. Okay, and challenge ourselves, which is important. But just saying it, and it also leaves the door open to suggestions about Seinfeld. I'm right now, I'm convinced Seinfeld is cool. I like it. But that's my opinion. If you have a different opinion, be free to voice it out and say, Seinfeld, so, how about Friends? How about this other comedy? How about Modern Family that you talk so much about Sofia Vergara so we can see all those mistakes and stuff like that? For example, for instance, I'm open, and you know that we're all here very flexible and we just put it to a vote and we decide. Okay? For example, Juan Carlos liked Goosebumps and the rest of the guys didn't like Goosebumps. And guess what? We're not doing Goosebumps. Maybe we're going to do Spine Tinklers.
No, because when Edward proposed the pool.
Ah, no, when Edward speaks, ya, se acabó.
Yeah.
Si Edward dice no Seinfeld, ya se acaba.
Yeah, exactly.
Eso que no ha llegado Paula, que es la que sí barre con todo, ¿sí o no? Barre y trapea.
La matrona del
Cuando vuelva Paula.
La patrona.
La matrona del
Le he dicho a Paula, usted se fue y los ratones hicieron fiesta.
Estamos la patrona de vuelta.
Necesitamos que le meta la
Come
pata, ya que la tiene arregladita, que le meta la pata a esto. Right? Yeah, and I hope that she comes back soon. Anyhow, guys, have a good night. Thank you very much for your kind attention and patience. And I'll see you again tomorrow around 6 with Chuck.
Imagínense que se fue Paula y no volvimos a tomar ni foto.
Nada, esto se acabó. Se perrateó.
De tamaño, sí, exacto.
Esto de perrateó y Julia ahí con su gorra no dice nada como que de malas. Perratéense más.
Y eso que trajo los aretes bonitos y todo y no es capaz de tomar ni la.
Uy, Julie, esos aretes, mejor dicho, pero mejor dicho, view. Está ahí un... Sí, está hermosa hoy esta muchacha. All right, guys. Oh, llegó Juan Pablo, vean, llegó Juan Pablo. Shh. Juan Pablo is here. Llegó el Juanpa.
No, ahorita.
Juanpa. ¿Qué está haciendo por acá hasta ahora, Juanpa? Va para el trabajo. ¿Cómo?
Mañana seguimos hablando.
Se confundió
Mañana
el
ya
chat.
aprovechemos que llegó Juanpa. No, saludemos al Juanpa, a ver
No,
qué
hay que
fue.
saludarlo, hay que saludarlo.
Se está conectando apenas.
Viene
Connecting.
por Aruba.
Está montando al tren el hombre hasta ahora.
Viene por Aruba.
Nada que se le conecte. Ahí sí. ¡Hey, Juanpa! El don Juanpa. What's up, don Juanpa?
I'm waiting for the salsa music. What happened?
I am going to my work with the same salary.
No, nos tenéis castigado con la salsa music.
Yeah. I
But I
know.
work with the same salary.
Yeah. No salsa, no meeting in the night, no nothing. Only vignettes.
Nothing. Only. All right. I'm gonna publish the vignette right now. Publish it for you right now. Be attentive.
Okay.
I'm gonna publish it right now. All right, guys. I was saying bye. I'm sorry, Juanpa. I was saying bye, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Okay.
Bye.
Okay.
Be good,
Thank you,
everybody.
teacher. Have a good
Thank you very
night.
much.
Have a
You
good
as
night.
well.